All grown up and fresh onto the music scene, Selena Gomez is back with her second studio album, and this is her revival and my review. So the album Revival came out yesterday here in the UK, October 9th, via Interscope Records. She finally left Hollywood Records, and the album is seen as a pop EDM album. Do I agree with this? We'll see. The main producers of Revival are longtime Miley Cyrus producer Rock Mafia and Hit Boy, and like I said before, it is her second solo studio album and her fifth studio album with The Scene. But let's be honest, it's her fifth album. Who the hell are The Scene anyway? So let's take a look at the Revival album cover here. This is the main cover for the deluxe edition. There is a standard one as well. But the deluxe edition cover, I just want to know why she's naked and why every single girl in the industry recently has to be naked on their album covers. It's getting really monotonous now, like everyone's doing it, and I think Selena's more tasteful than that. But nonetheless, she does look amazing. She looks like typical Selena to me. I don't think her look has quite changed like Demi Lovato's has, for example. I feel like it's just samey Selena. She's always been pretty, always been stunning. She's got an amazing figure, but I don't think it's a groundbreaking cover. So I'm just gonna jump right in and review the album. The album starts off with the track Revival. So this is Selena's rebirth. This is her new start. This is where she says, I'm all woman, I don't need a man. Justin Bieber. And it's my time to butterfly crap. Really, queen? But saying all that, it's actually a really good opening track. I know this theme's been done over and over. Everyone's had a revival, everyone's blossomed out of a cocoon into a butterfly, everyone's been reborn from the ashes, blah 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 blah. But it's actually a good opening track. It sets across the message, it sets across the sound of the album. It's a nice, really down-tempo EDM track, which is a really nice beat to move to. I quite like the opening track, but I know I say this a lot, but where do I even begin to start reviewing Revival? It really is a mixture of a lot of things. Like I said earlier, like, they say it's a pop EDM album, and where this is a very EDM heavy and pop album, there are a lot of underlying nitty-gritty influences in there as well that really do need to be uppicked, because I don't think this is a pure EDM album. This is an album, like I reviewed her first single, Good For You, it's a very changing and progressive sound for Selena, and I think it's gonna work for her. So I get the boring slow tracks out of the way first. She's got the tracks like Camouflage, Nobody, and Cologne, which honestly I think all three of them are about Justin Bieber. There's no way they're not about Justin Bieber. Camouflage is about how someone that she loved has now camouflaged away. It's about Justin Bieber. She can like deny it all she wants. She said this album had nothing to do with him, but these three albums just scream Justin Bieber, I'm not gonna lie. But these tracks are the slow tracks. They do showcase her vocals really well. Selena's not known to have really amazing vocals, but these showcase them really, really well. They're not heavily auto-tuned. They're pretty good, solid, like, ballady tracks. So where does the EDM come into this? She's got the tracks like Me and the Rhythm, Body Heat, and Survivors. Survivors more so is more of like that Ibiza EDM track. But these tracks are the upbeat, like, EDM heavy beat tracks that you just can't help moving your body to. They are pretty much the highlights of the album if you ask me, and I think these tracks really do showcase what Selena does best. I always said Stars Dance was an incredible album of hers, and these tracks kind of channel Stars Dance a little bit. So then you get to the pop side of the album, which is Kill 'Em With Kindness and Rise. I think Kill 'Em With Kindness, the track, is that typical Selena sounding pop track. It's a good track. It's got that whistling in it though. I think that's become the new thing now. This has got the same kind of whistling that, say, Sparks by Hilary Duff had and Ghost Town that Adam Lambert had. It's got that same like really chilled back whistly pop vibe. But then you've got Rise, which is like her version of that really pop anthem that Selena kind of needed in her discography, and she's finally got it, and it's one of those tracks that her Selenatas are just gonna eat up, and it's gonna be like that Rise, you know, I'm who I am, blah 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 blah. When I said there's nitty gritty to this album, there is, and this is where the album kind of showcases a little bit for me. So the three tracks, Hands to Myself, Same Old Love, and Good For You, those are the tracks that are really like the gems of the album. They're very like smooth R&B influenced. They remind me very much of Christina Aguilera's album Stripped, that really pop R&B like jumpy sound that Christina had on that. And Selena did say that Stripped was a big influence on this album, but I just hear it on those three tracks. And this is the kind of sound that I kind of envisioned Selena to go for. She's that kind of artist that kind of is moving away from her like childish, like Wizards of Waverly Place pop sound, and she's going into her progressive sound that a girl of her age would be going into, that really smooth, chilled out R&B vibe. And especially Good For You, the first single, that's done amazingly for her. It really is progressive of her age, and these three tracks showcase that. But then let's discuss the bonus tracks on the deluxe edition. These bonus tracks why they're bonus tracks, I have no idea. Artists have a habit of putting some of their best work as bonus tracks. If I'm honest with you, some of these tracks could quite easily be put on the standard track list of the album, and it will give the album so much more oomph, that oomph that it needs. As a standalone, the 11 tracks, some of them are pretty snooze-worthy, some of them are pretty boring, but like the bonus tracks for me kind of save the album as a whole, especially the tracks Me and My Girls and Out of My Hands, Loco. Those two tracks like really showcase Selena's personality and her age. Loco kind of reminds me of like her Latina vibe, and I love that Selena's doing a little bit of that. But then like Me and My Girls is exactly what Selena is. She's a young girl, she likes to go out, it's all about her girls, and this is the track that I feel like she doesn't need a man and she is actually upholding the message that she wants to uphold. The vocals on the album are a bit like mixed in my opinion. I think most of the album is just like her standard Selena vocals. Like I said, she's not known for her vocals, she's got that really easy on the ear like pop voice. The track Sober, I feel like it's really auto-tuned to make her sound more of a power balladist than she actually is. And then on Hands to Myself, it's that auto-tune that it sounds nothing like her. It sounds a lot like Charlie XCX to me. Putting that aside, the rest of the album is very coherent vocally. It's just typical Selena vocals, easy on the ears, very easy listening. I'm happy. Is Revival Selena Gomez's actual revival? No, I would honestly say that this album, as much as it does showcase Selena growing up and her progressing musically, I don't think she's sounding as grown up as she wants to be in some tracks. She's still clinging on to that old pop sound that she's going for. Whether that's to appeal to her current fan base is another story, but I kind of feel like, yes, as experimental as this album is, and I'm glad that she's experimented and gone with a load of new sounds, it's not as out there as I expected it to be for her, especially her at her age. The production of the album, it's got Rock Mafia and Hit Boy on it. Is it their best work? No, I would say a lot of they're good tracks that she's done with them, but they're not like as powerful as they could be. She released that track with Zed just before she started recording this album, I Want You to Know, which was so like EDM, so upbeat and so pop, and I was really hoping that she'd work with Zed a bit more, but he's not present on this album at all. So there are a few bits of productions with those two that kind of fall short. There's a Star Smith track on there as well, which is typical Star Smith, and it's an amazing track. There's Max Martin on there. Production-wise, it's a coherent album, but it's not as effective as I thought it would be. Personally, I do enjoy the album. At first, I did think, man, this really falls flat quite a lot, and I am a little bit disappointed in it, but overall, the more I've listened to it, I do actually enjoy this album, and it is a good Selena album. I personally think her best album still is Stars Dance. I know everyone says that's her cop-out album of going all dancey and stuff, but I think that's where she's most fun and where she shines best, to be honest. My favourite track has to be Me and the Rhythm. I love how upbeat and jumpy that track is. You know me, I'm all about those upbeat tracks. My least favourite track has to be Cologne. I really feel like this song like really falls flat and it's really childish. It just doesn't go anywhere, and it just sounds like she's just trying to cling on Justin Bieber's clothes with his cologne on them. So this is Revival. What do you guys think? Enough of what I think. Let me know down there in the comments what your favourite and least favourite tracks are, and what do you think of Revival as a whole. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for more, including Demi's, which I'm really excited for. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!